when I first came to my job, I was super excited. Like, I was so excited. I was learning all the stuff about food, and I was cooking, and I was taking these cooking classes, and I really wanted to like do it at my job. And so I was so excited, and I was like, listen, I'm like learning about food and about health and how to cook if you have diabetes or if you have hypertension. So what if we did some classes and I could like teach people, we could do cooking courses. And they were just like, no, you should just focus on seeing patients. I was like, okay. And they're like, I mean, we have nutritionists, we have people that do that. I was like, no, I'm trying to do something more. Like, I'm trying to do something on a bigger scale. If I'm their doctor, like, how great would it be for me to like touch them and reach them from this perspective? And, you know, I find like I'm saying the same things to my patients over and over and over again. Like, every patient, I'm saying the exact same thing. And so that means that a lot of people need this information. And so, you know, what if we did seminars and blah, and they were just not interested. That's when I just decided I have to do it on my own.
Welcome to the Licensed to Live show, where professionals, doctors, champions, VIPs, attorneys, and those in public office discover strategies that help you restart and gain what is lost when you find yourself accused. If another has doubted your integrity, questioned your credentials, or caused your actions to come under scrutiny, you are in the right place. On the other hand, if you have never felt the knot in the pit of your stomach when legal papers are served, the heartbreak of disappointing your family when the lock clicks shut on handcuffs, or had to appear before a board of review, then be aware, the longer you serve, the more likely you are to find yourself under the microscope of those who judge. Prepare yourself for this uncomfortable possibility. Now, here's your host, Dr. Jarrett Patton.
Welcome to this episode of Licensed to Live. My name is Dr. Jarrett Patton, and I am your host for our journey together today and every day you choose to listen to this show. If you or anyone you know has been dissed by the healthcare system, please invite them to join us along this journey. Just go to your favorite podcast player and subscribe. While you're there, please rate this episode and give me honest feedback so I can make sure I provide you with the most up-to-date information about career and life changes. When I say dissed, I mean disengaged, like, there's too much going on in this medicine thing. It's not what I thought it was going to be. Too many insurers telling me what not to do. I don't even have enough time with my patients. Dissatisfied, like, I feel like I could be doing something better. Disgruntled, like, being a doctor has taken too much of my life away. I'm in debt up to my eyeballs from school, and now they want how much more to continue MOC? Or disenfranchised like I was when I had my medical license temporarily suspended. Today we'll be talking with Dr. Lauren Powell, a family medicine doctor, a culinary medicine specialist, and a best-selling author of Food Essentials for the Busy Professional. Today we will learn more about Dr. Lauren and her journey from family medicine to culinary expert. And now a word from our sponsor. If you feel unfulfilled in your career, the Licensed to Live coaching program is exactly what you need to get back on track. Looking at your background, purpose, goals, and objectives, we craft a plan that will serve you for years to come as you accomplish your goals. We look at finances, confidence, credibility, business strategies, and much more to help you create freedom and fulfillment while obtaining your own license to live. Unlike other programs that focus on mindset empowerment or leadership development, the License to Live program is designed specifically for you. Each program is carefully individualized to give you exactly what you need to attain the next level in your career or business. This is not a program to simply get you from one job to the next. The License to Live program is designed to help you free yourself from the handcuffs that tend to hold you back. This month, we are giving away free coaching sessions. Make sure to make your appointment with me at timewithdrjarrett.com. That's time with, spell out the word doctor, J-A, 2 R's, E, 1 T.com. See you soon. Welcome back. Well, I have to tell you, I first met Dr. Lauren on stage at a major pitch contest for startup businesses a few years ago. We were both finalists in the competition, and I felt I had a strong pitch for a phone application that I was working on at the time. However, Dr. Lauren really nailed the competition and was ultimately crowned the champion. She really impressed the judges with what she's doing. So since that time, I knew I needed to keep her on my watch list. Welcome to License to Live, Dr. Lauren.
Thanks so much for having me.
Well, thanks for being here. And you've been doing so many great things. I've been following you. I've been seeing you in news clips. You're all over the media. You have a buzz. You have a stage presence which you follow your social media. You're always cooking something. You're dressed like a top-notch chef. I love what you're doing. So people probably, if they're not paying enough attention, they don't even know you're a physician. So I know you were a family medicine physician. So tell us a little bit about what drew your interest into medicine.
Sure. Well, thank you so much for having me. Big fan of yours as well. So I really appreciate this. So yeah, I'm a board certified family medicine physician. Did my residency at Halifax Health in Daytona Beach, Florida. Was super into health, super into preventative health. And during my last year of residency, my dad actually had a stroke. And it happened while we were talking on the phone when I was getting off one of my 36-hour calls. And that's where things kind of changed for me because my dad was not this neglectful patient. He wasn't this guy that never went to the doctor. He was going to the doctor every 3 months. He was taking his pills like he was supposed to do. But then, something bad still happened to him. And so it really put things in perspective for me. Like, what does it mean if our patients do all the things that we tell them to do, but then bad stuff still happens to them? They still have strokes, they still have heart attacks. It has to be something wrong with what we're telling them to do. And it really made me kind of take a look at myself. I was seeing patients in my clinic, but then I was also managing them when I admitted them to the hospital. So it was just kind of like we weren't really fixing the problem. We were putting Band-Aids, but we weren't getting to the root cause of the disease, which for so many diseases is food. And I find that we see in a lot of families the same conditions run in generations to generations because we're all eating, we're all cooking the same. And so that's when I just really started my journey, mainly just to get more educated because medical school curriculum is rigorous, but we don't really get a lot in terms of nutrition. And so how can you educate people if you don't have the right knowledge yourself? And so that's where just my quest for more knowledge came from. And so I started taking some online courses. Took some courses through Tulane School of Medicine and Culinary Medicine, started going to conferences, just started really focusing my energy on just getting more information so that I could help people. And so since then, it's just been this thing where I'm just adding things and adding platforms and adding projects so that I could reach more and more people to get this information out.
Well, I think you're doing a great job with that. I mean, you guys really have to go check out Dr. Lauren Powell and check the notes in the show. We'll have all of her contact information, her social media. You really have to check her out because she really is doing some great things that are helping a whole lot of people really all across the nation.
Yeah, I try.
Yeah, you're doing a great job. So keep it up.
Credentials verified.
Thank you.
Well, tell me, did you ever have a hard time during your career at any point? Have you ever been dissed?
When I first came to my job, I was super excited. I was so excited. I was learning all the stuff about food and I was cooking and I was taking these cooking classes and I really wanted to do it at my job. And so I was so excited and I was like, listen, I'm learning about food and about health and how to cook if you have diabetes or if you have hypertension. So what if we did some classes and I could teach people, we could do cooking courses. And they were just like, no, you should just focus on seeing patients. I was like, okay. And they're like, we have nutritionists, we have people that do that. I was like, no, I'm trying to do something more. I'm trying to do something on a bigger scale. If I'm their doctor, how great would it be for me to touch them and reach them from this perspective? And, I find I'm saying the same things to my patients over and over and over again. Every patient, I'm saying the exact same thing. And so that means that a lot of people need this information. And so, what if we did seminars and blah, and they were just not interested. That's when I just decided I have to do it on my own. My job wasn't really trying to support me in doing it. And so, I guess it ends up working for the better, but yeah, I realized then that they really just care about me seeing patients.
And we've talked about that a lot on the show, Dr. Lauren, because we go through all this training and people have all of this expertise and the system wants us to react one way, and that's really to see patients. The more patients you see, the better. If it's inpatient, that's great. If it's outpatient, that's great. But your main objective is to see patients. And sometimes you have something deep within you that you know you can make a difference, and it's maybe something that you desire, but you're shut down on all different types of levels when you're working for an organization. So a lot of times you have to break out just as you did and do it yourself. And that's kind of tough, but there is a way out. You guys just have to make a decision and start to walk in that direction. So Dr. Lauren, what drew you into culinary medicine, and what drew you into cooking? Were you always a cook, like from the time you were a little kid? Were you in the kitchen?
So actually, I didn't really start cooking until I got married. My mom was an amazing cook. So she was someone that was always doing all the cooking. And I would just sit there and like talk to her and watch her cook. And she just loved it. So I never really had any motivation to start cooking myself. But you know, it's funny because I think about it now. I used to tell her all the time when I was a little girl, one day I'm going to have a cooking show. And she'd be like, really? You got to start cooking though. And I'd be like, okay, I will, but I'm going to have a cooking show one day. And I used to just watch her and really like, that's what helped me when I started cooking, because that was my foundation. Like, yeah, I hadn't really cooked, but once I got married and I was it was like me or Uber Eats all the time. I just started remembering some of the stuff that my mom used to do. Okay, like, all right, when she wanted to build flavor, she would always start with fresh garlic and fresh onions, and I just started expanding on really so many of the things that I learned from her.
That is great. I mean, honestly, for what you do, I thought this would have been a lifelong passion of yours, but the way it was passed down, maybe genetically, and maybe just through all the time you spend with your family, that's amazing. And for all of our listeners, tell us a little bit more about culinary medicine in general. What is that, and what do you do with people?
So culinary medicine is a field that specifically teaches people how to cook with respect to whatever their medical condition is. So like we know, so many conditions are related to food, all the cardiometabolic diseases, diabetes, high cholesterol, obesity, some cancers. A lot of the autoimmune conditions are directly related to food and food preparation. And so culinary medicine kind of focuses on the cooking and preparation. I like that because it's basically taking nutrition, but then also cooking, because a lot of times people maybe know what foods they need to eat, but it's like, how do I cook with that? Like, yeah, I know brown rice is good, but what do you want me to do with it? Or I know vegetables are great, but how am I supposed to make it so that it tastes delicious and I actually want to eat it? And so it's basically blending nutrition and cooking all in one.
That's great, Dr. Lauren, because I remember back in my academic days, I directed a large pediatric center, and I was able to work with some folks to secure a grant to build an industrial kitchen inside of the clinic. So it was really a unique opportunity, but I wasn't doing the cooking. I guess back in those days, I was more riding in the right narrow lane that we're supposed to be in. So we looked at all the nutrition experts in the hospital, like some of the pediatric nutritionists who would come and do some of the food demonstrations. And I would love those days because, hey, then there was some good food that you could try. But the families really appreciated being able to watch and see people prepare food that tastes good and is healthy.
Yeah, it really takes a collaborative approach, because a lot of the cooking classes that I've taken have been taught by registered dietitians who are also chefs, which is great. They're super knowledgeable, but we just offer this extra layer because we understand disease pathology in a way that, other health professionals don't. And we can just talk from a different perspective. And so I just think, working with nutritionists, working with dietitians, and kind of a collaborative approach is going to be the most powerful.
Absolutely. Spoken like a true primary care sister of mine. So all of my primary care guests, we have this special bond.
Right.
Work toward prevention. Yes. So I know that your father started a lot of this, and what a scary story to live through and be a part of with him having the stroke. What would he say today?
I think my dad was one of those people, like growing up, I used to always tell him, Dad, you got to eat better. You need to not, drink so much. You need to try to make a better effort to exercise and move your body. And my dad used to always talk about his Uncle Bob, who ate whatever he wanted to eat. He drank whatever he wanted to drink. He smoked whatever he wanted to smoke. And he lived till he was in his 90s. And so he used to always say, like, listen, my Uncle Bob did all these things and he was fine, so I'm fine too, until he wasn't. And that's what I try to tell my patients. A lot of times you feel fine until you're not. And that's how strokes and heart disease work, is you don't really have signs that you're doing damage to your body until an event happens. And so I think he would have been a little bit more proactive with his health, because now we're being reactive and we're talking about secondary prevention at this point. And, now he's in the best shape of his life, and now he's eating better than he ever has. But, I'm sure that he would have done some of these things earlier, because the stroke has definitely kind of affected his quality of life. And so it's hard, you hate for people to learn it that way. And so that's why it's so important to get this information out. People feel fine. They walk around and, their blood pressure is uncontrolled and their diabetes is uncontrolled, but they think that they feel okay. And then something bad happens. And then they're like, oh, I wish I would have, I wish I should have, I wish I talked to someone, I wish I took my medicine, all these things. So it's really just about getting the information out. And my dad is definitely a believer in all the things that I talk about now and about food. And he's so open-minded, which I love. Before, there were things that he would never try to eat. He would never eat, or supplements he would never take. And now whatever I tell him to do, he just does it. He just like follows me blindly. Like, okay, whatever you say, I'll just do it, because he believes it. And so
that's a great relationship to have, for sure. Sometimes some of my family members want to check my credentials, or they'll pull me outside of my specialty to get some consults on something I know nothing about. So I can relate to that a little bit. Well, I'd love your book, your new book. It's a best-selling book, Food Essentials for the Busy Professional. So it seems to go right with your passion. Tell us about your book.
Right. So the book is really kind of like a strategy book. I felt that it was important for people to have strategies before they have recipes, because if you have strategies, and you can apply it to any recipe. And so it basically answers any question that you could have about food. People are very confused about food these days. They don't know, is meat good or bad? Should I eat carbs? Should I not eat carbs? Paleo, keto, like it's just, there's so much stuff out there that people are just so confused. Like, what do I do? What do I eat? What do I avoid? And so my hope is that this book just makes it super simple, because I think when things are complex, it just shouldn't be that hard. And so my book just makes it very simple, answers any question that you could have about food, and it gives you strategies. So it talks about serving sizes. It talks about if you have high blood pressure, how you should be eating. If you have diabetes, what we need to consider. It talks about, apps that you can use to help you with your nutrition. It talks about, what do you do if it's late at night and the only thing open is fast food? Like, how do you make a healthy decision? Or if you're on vacation with your family or you have a special event, how are you supposed to be healthy? Like, how do you be healthy in these circumstances? And I tell you how you can do that. I talk about mindful eating, which is like a huge thing. Was talking about that with my husband today. And that's just being kind of very present and very aware with your food, because sometimes we're mindlessly eating. We're eating while we're watching TV. We're eating while we're on our phones, and we don't recognize that we're full until our plate is empty. And that shouldn't be the cue that we're full. We should kind of register it before we actually finish our food, because maybe we were full 5 or 6 bites ago. So I talk about all these questions. Any question you could have about food is basically answered in the book. So it's been an amazing resource for individuals. And I've had lots of docs who are in practice purchase it for their patients, because it's hard to have these conversations with our patients, because we get like 15 minutes and we have 5 million things to talk about. The patient has things that they want to talk about. We have all these clicky boxes now. I'm like so over these clicky boxes in my EMR. They're like, and they always want to tell me that I'm not talking about the patient's BMI because I didn't click a box. And I was like, look at my note. That's all I talk about, so it's so whatever. You have to click all these dang on clicky boxes. You have to sometimes order, it's just so much stuff we have to do in a short patient visit that we can't have a meaningful conversation about nutrition. So my hope is that docs get this book in their office and they just give it to their patients, because it gets that conversation going. It's way easier for a doc to answer a couple of questions, and they can have this book just as a foundational text.
Well, I mean, you're absolutely right there, because in fact, for us as working professionals, a lot of times you're on call late at night, you're running around the hospital. The only thing they have in there are some old leftover greasy hamburgers and French fries, or maybe chicken nuggets if you're lucky. We need to take a lot of advice from your book as well, and learn what to do on those situations.
And that's why I wrote the book. It's called For a Busy Professional, because it's the principles and things that I lived by as a resident, because that's really when I started to kind of change a lot of my lifestyle habits. And I felt like if I could do it as a resident, which is like the most like erratic, random, busiest time of our lives, I feel like that anyone can do it. And so I just try to make it simple and easy to follow. And so I really think it's a great text.
Where can people find your book?
So you can get it on Amazon. You can get on my website, www.drlaurenpowell. Anyone that's interested in like a group order, I'd like them to contact me directly because there's a discount for bulk order. So if anyone is interested in a bulk order, you can email me at info@drlaurenpowell.com. That's DRLAURENPOWELL, info@drlaurenpowell.com if you're interested in bulk orders. And then again, on my website, drlaurenpowell.com. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on Barnes & Noble. So it's pretty accessible.
Awesome. And I'll have all those links in the show note, folks. So it's just a click away that you too can have a copy of this great book that's really a help for all of us, but particularly maybe a lot of people you take care of.
Yeah, for sure. And I've even had some docs like reach out to me to get the book because they're like, I just need a refresher. Like, I just need a refresher about the things that I'm supposed to be telling my patients. So it's great for all of us. And it's really easy to read. You know, you can literally sit down in an hour, you can read it cover to cover. It's very conversational. It's just a very quick, easy read.
Well, I can't wait to get the next version of your next book and your next book and your cookbook and your Food Network show. I can see it all coming for you. It's right there. If you guys study her, it's all the pieces are there, folks. So follow Dr. Lauren because a lot of big things are happening her way. Where can people find more out about you?
So I'm definitely on all social media platforms. Facebook, Instagram are the ones I like to use the most, and that's at Dr. Lauren Powell. I do a weekly Facebook Live, and I try to come in and cook. I did one today talking about, I made a great Mexican bowl, so I try to cook live so I can show you guys how easy it is. My website is a great way to find out about any live events that I'm doing, to find out about my cooking school, because I have an online cooking school where people can take courses, and so that's all available on my website.
Wow, that's great. A cooking school. And if you guys haven't seen her cook, you'll be hungry when you do. I tell you that much. Well, thank you, Dr. Lauren, for coming on the show today, giving us lots of good information and showing how you have really taken your own career by the grasp and taken your passion and put it to work for you.
Thanks
Is there anything else you'd like to say to our audience today?
You know, it is a group, it's a collaborative effort. And I think as a physician, we're responsible for helping our patients in all aspects. And so if there's, if nutrition is an area that you're weak in, please, let's partner together so that we can get that information to our patients, because we're really doing a disservice if we don't talk about food. If we're prescribing medications, ordering blood work, but we're not having a conversation about the food that people are putting in their body or how they're preparing their food, then we're never going to end these generational patterns. And so please, let's just work together to meet our patients at their need and provide them the best care that we can. So please reach out to me. I'm open to coming to your practice, doing a talk, doing a cooking demo, talking about the book. I would love to work together. So please let me know.
Licensed to live.
Well, thanks, Dr. Lauren, for coming on the show today. You've given us a lot to think about. And as you guys follow her, you're going to get a lot of good recipes. And she does make it look easy. I like to cook, but she makes it look really easy.
Yeah, it is easy.
Thanks, Dr. Lauren.
Thank you.
Remember, fire starters, if you or anyone you know has been disengaged, dissatisfied, disgruntled, or disenfranchised with healthcare, please invite them to join us along this journey. Simply go to your favorite podcast player and subscribe to Licensed to Live. And while you are there, please rate this episode and give me honest feedback so I make sure I provide you with the most up-to-date information about career challenges and life changes. In between episodes, I hang out a lot on LinkedIn. Check me out there at Dr. Jarrett. That's DOCTORJA, 2 R's, E, 1 T. See you next time.
No matter how disheartening the moment of accusation sounds, how deep the pain of immobilization stabs, or how bleak your future looks, no one can take away your license to live. Keep Dr. Jarrett's expertise handy and unlock your future. Go to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or another podcast player and subscribe right now to Licensed to Live. See you next time.